It's pretty good though. And also a nice TV to watch stuff when you go to bed. I like that. This probably sounds really scuffed though. The mic like that, holy shit, that probably sounds so bad.
How you doing?
Ah! Hell no! Ah!
16 months Bogu.
Nah, dude. Is that, what is that?
Can you show mine?
Wait. This looks like a bathroom.
You may have less time than
Wait, I think this is a bathroom.
But forcing will take back the crown. Eventually.
No?
Sag.
Look, tile on the floor, marble countertop. Motherfucking utensils holder. Look at the fan.
Hope you get to mine, Pog.
Yeah, straight in your face? It's mounted too. Wait. All is scuffed, but you take the time to mount the fan in your face? Ah, this is kind of weird. Also, no leg space. Like, I feel so like claustrophobic, dude. Like, my legs under the desk like that. Dude, I'm telling you, 100% that the wood is like pressuring your thighs. That's weird. That's scary. Good keyboard though. Good mouse. What is this? The newer model that adders. It's not bad. It's on a budget. It's really good. What is this? I had the desk. It's okay. It's okay. All this is good. Is this fake? I don't think this is fake. This is good. I don't like the PC on desk, especially with the thing. I don't think it's fake. Looks okay though. It's clean. I like it. Nice carpet. It's pretty cozy for a house setup. Pog. Yeah, that's too clean. That's really good. Damn. Is this fake? It's not fake. Yeah, I think your desk is bending. Also, a pole in the middle. That's kind of weird, man. Yeah. Even if I say this is fake, okay? Or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, I would never, if you have enough money to buy this, that, I have a nice one like that, clean as fuck, dude. All this is crazy. Why have such a scuffed desk? If you play games, what are you putting in those drawers that needs drawers? Drawers so much. If you guys much about drawers, just put them next to it and get another desk instead. What do you guys put in there? What do you guys put in there? I hate this. I hate this. I guess I'll agree to disagree with chat. I don't like this. But other than that, this is really good. I like this motor setup. This is really cool. I never had a setup like this, but I suppose it'd be pretty good. PC on desk with a lot of RGB. I said no, but this is actually really good. Wait, for the amount of space that you have in your house, I feel like your room is really small. That's actually really good. 140 monitor, I think, and 140 or 240, 140. Decent headset. Yeah, it's actually a really good headset. I like that keyboard. What is this the one that I have? No, it's not. This is good. Good setup. Good mouse. I'm not a fan of ring lights, but that's just preference. Yeah, it is like some streamer Andy setup. I mean, dude, mixer console,
I'm new to the channel, but I'm having a good
camera,
time and enjoying
DSLR, flying, what is that? Some fucking satellite? You trying to call the aliens with that? This is really good though. This is like some very like streamer Andy setup though. I feel like if you don't stream, I would never have this ever. Mic in your face, 4 monitors, all plays like that. With DSLR in my face? Nah, yeah, this is streamer Andy. It's pretty good though. Yeah, I never built a stream like this. What is that? What is that? One computer is like a 10K PC, another PC at the back, a sound console at the bottom, double 1080 Ti's, SLI. Nobody does SLI these days. Monitor split to the side. Fucking, what is that? Sound filter, console, whatever that is. A weird coat that. What is that? The small coats you get at the grocery store in the small packet, in small packs. What is this for children? I don't like this. I don't like it. That's just weird. Also, how do you even get this chair? Isn't this chair like came out like 2 months ago, and the chair was like 8 weeks to ship? And glass desk. Come on, bro. It's good though. I mean, dude, shit is probably like fucking 25K worth of stuff in there, right? Well, I'm not jealous. It's pretty good though.
Pogu 3 whole months.
Yeah, Artyom, you posted twice. I'm not gonna look at it, dude. We saw it earlier though. Nah, dude. Nah. That's... Dude, I would rearrange this so fast. PC on desk, but look at the mousepad space. Holy, dude. How do you play games with that, dude? Dude, even with a decently high DPI, if you're playing an FPS game, what do you do? Like, holy, dude. Dude, I don't know how you have enough space for 6 plastic figures of not even real girls, but then you have a mouse pad like that big. What is this, a coaster? This is like a coaster for my beer, dude. It's fine though for the space you have. It's like a coaster. What is this? Nah, this is troll. He's trolling us. Dude, you're trolling us. I don't even know. I don't even know what to do with it. What do you play? Where are you looking? Keyboard in the angle with the mouse like on the side, and there's a TV to the left with a console. But I don't even know what to do with this. Where do you put your legs? This be playing like this. Be like that. And then he finally switches to the console. And he goes like this. Holy, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, that's scary, dude. Okay, I'm not a doctor. There's some sort of ergonomic problem with this, but the rest is okay. My PC on desk. Nah, it's not okay. It's not. I hate to say it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh guys, stop. Okay, so this is a trend that started, I think, on Facebook or something. The open air cases, like, I think these are only good at like performance displays at conventions. I didn't know that people actually bought those. Like, what's the point of this? At this point, why even bother putting a glass there, dude? Maybe he's like he has like a handicap. Yeah, maybe it's a handicap.
QCL.
Yeah, it makes sense. But even then, that's alright. That's okay.
You motherfucker, I cleaned my room for this.
They can
change.
move.
All the trash and dishes out of my room, and you don't even see my post. 777
well,
octotrigintillion 777 septet.
Okay, man. We're not done yet, dude. Okay, relax. Settle down. This is good. Not a lot of space though. Small RGB mouse pad. It's okay. Curve monitor as main. I'm not a fan, but maybe one day I'll look stupid looking back me saying this. It's good though. For small space, it's actually really good. I like this one. Wow, what is this? This is kind of weird. Arcade machine, yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's, you know, I don't think this is a PC, but it's still pretty cool, dude. Pog. What is that? Oh, glass. I'm not a fan of glass, dude. I don't know why people still do glass nowadays. It's pretty relaxed though, but this monitor setup, I don't like it. How does I feel about this, chat? How do you feel about a monitor split in the middle like this? And double angle like this? Oh, it's just, you know, there's nothing... Yeah, I feel like I would always buy like a square mouse pad that would get more space instead of putting... Yeah, but then that's pretty good. Where does the mouse go? EU friend? That's alright. Chat's so rude today? I don't think they're rude. There's a lot of space though. I like it. Oh, this is Pog! Lava lamp! G Fuel, what is this? Energy formula? A lot of space, double monitor, one is close for FPS, but you're playing Minecraft. Also, your colors are all bugged out, man. Yeah, this seems kind of dangerous. This is kind of weird, and you get a blind spot too. Yeah, there's like a blind spot in there, dude. I don't know how you look in there. It's alright. What about this? Whoa! Okay, this is not it. This is not it. Dude! Yeah, guys! Rotate A! Go, push! No, rotate B! Holy dude! Fuck's that? Dead money in your face! Well, I know CSGO players like doing that, but I don't know. I personally wouldn't do that. Also, why is the monitor so far away? You know? It's cool space with the mouse and whatnot though. I kinda like that. He's doing social distancing with his monitors. Nice one, dude. Okay, that's a crime. Ah! What is that? That's disgusting. I love my computer. Which one? Big ass fan right in your face. Says me. Dude, what are you on about? Yeah, I mean on a budget this is okay. Maybe we should use some of these dollars and instead of flexing them, dude. And what is that? $6? $2? Maybe you get the same monitor, Pog. Okay, what is this? Wait, this is actually good if you don't have space you have. If you had put this over there, you would have more leg space, I feel like. But this is actually really a lot of space for your hands for how small of a space.
And move the kind of ease out sign. So if I change this to sign and ease out, you can see how it moves. It starts off fast and moves. Next, we're gonna go scroll as a hotkey center of the screen, or you do it quadratic in here, quad right here. So you can see it's a nice smooth ease, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this. I'm gonna bring it down here. I'm gonna blow this up. Maybe something about this size. So I'm liking it right in the middle. And that's gonna bring in my camera all nice and big. So check and see me image. It play around and smooth. A little bit see and blow. And then it goes from real. I'm gonna go ahead and find camera. I'm just gonna hit this. I'm liking what all this is doing. Close. And now when I hit Control Alt B, you can see it's gonna transition between these. My starting position and have something move. Too low goes a little. Change the way something looks on my scene. Now, I do want to go ahead and move these items here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on both my on-screen element. That's going to be the little browser source, and then also the camera. I'm going to shift click and add both of these. So I'm going to right click and we're going to group this, and we're going to call that group. We're going to call this camera source, and I'm going to go ahead and minimize it. And that locks in both of our filters. I'm going to click on camera source. That's going to be the folder. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and shrink this back down over here to the left. I don't really need to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and move it. If I didn't have this thing here, you would actually see all three of the sources. But I'm going to click on camera source. That's going to be the folder. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and shrink this back down over here to the left. I don't source. And I'm going to go source. And you can see we have this scene right here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to add a move source. And I'm going to go ahead and call this camera. So I'm going to hit OK. And now we have camera. This filter will change the way something looks on. So I'm going to go ahead and click and add both of these. So I'm going to right click and we're going to group this. And then I made a standby scene, and you can see here, I got the camera on the left, I got the gameplay on the right, and then I got that same browser source right here just chilling. And then I have a full camera on the alert, little on-screen underneath that same browser. Again, just picture this as, and go to filters on this scene. I go into filters. You can see we have our scene kind of go to filters on this over. And you can see we have this scene right here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to add a move source, and I'm going to go ahead and call this camera. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on both my on-screen element. That's going to be the little browser source, and then also the camera. I'm going to shift click and add both of these. So I'm going to right click and we're going to group this, and we're going to call that group. We're going to call this camera source, and I'm going to go ahead and minimize it, and that locks in both of these two together. So now if I want to, I can go ahead and click on this folder right here, and it'll move both of these together simultaneously. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that as is. We're going to come back over here to our filters. With this selected, I'm going to go ahead and click on camera source, and that's going to select the folder. Now this could be another source. I could just individually, if I didn't have this thing here, you would actually see all three of the sources, but I'm going to click on camera source. That's going to be the folder. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and shrink this back down over here to the left. I don't really need to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to blow this up. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come down here and click this get transform button. And that's going to basically set a point at which which this image is now at. This is going to be the new point. This is basically point number 2 that I want my camera to move to. So now that it's sitting there, there's a bunch of other options here, and I could get into these, but you know, if you guys want to play around, you can figure out what they do. We have the duration of how long it takes to move from point A to point B. Now, I want this to be pretty quick, so I'm going to actually make this 1 second long and to make the movement nice and smooth, you know what I'm saying? So it starts off kind of smooth and then kind of comes to, they all do something a little bit different. The image moves on screen. So if you pretend this little green dot here is the image itself, let me go ahead and blow this up. You can see exactly what's happening now with this kind of ease out sign. So if I change this to sign and ease out, you can see how it moves. It starts off fast and then it goes into slow. So if you watch the little ball, it starts out fast and then it goes into slow. So play around with all these things. I'll put this down in the description below just so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like as you use it a little fast of the screen, or you do it towards the plus side and it'll curve like outside away from the center of the scene. And I'll demonstrate that here in a second. Let's go ahead and leave it at 0 for now. So right now we have this set to using a hotkey, and we're going to leave it that way because I like using hotkeys, but there is a bunch of other options here. Like if you hide a source, maybe you can activate this. If you show a source, it could activate the move. And there's a bunch of other options here. So you know, play around if you guys need something like this. I'm just going to leave it as hotkey because I just want to be able to push a button on my keyboard or on my Stream Deck and have something move. Next, we're going to go scroll down here to next move. And what I want this to do is when I hit a hotkey, I want it to transition from point A to point B, but then I also want it to go from point B back to point A. So I'm going to go ahead and hit reverse. And then lastly, down here, I'm going to go ahead and select next move on, and we'll take a look at this. I'm going to leave it as hotkey, and that's looking pretty good. Okay, so now that we have, which is point camera here, and we've already we've set our one. I can just make sure again, I hit get transform. Now what I want to do is instead of trying to figure out how to start this back at square one, which is point A, I can literally just move this wherever I want. I can just make sure I want this to be here. So this could be my starting position. And now when I click the start button, it's gonna hiccup there, but now you can one, which are hit reverse. And then lastly, down here, transform, you again move on, and we'll take a look at this. I'm gonna leave it as hotkey. And that's looking pretty good. Just back at square one, which is point A, I can literally just move this wherever I want. I can just make sure I want this to be here. So this could be my starting position. And now when I click the start button, it's gonna hiccup there, but now you can see that I set this to hotkey and reverse. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna allow it to go back and forth utilizing a hotkey. Now we're gonna set a hotkey real quick inside of the settings. I'm gonna go ahead and hit settings, and we'll come down to hotkey. And if I come down here to main scene, because that's the scene that we're in, and also this is called the camera filter, I'm I'm gonna go ahead and find camera. I found it right here. And right here, I can type in Control B as maybe my hotkey, or maybe I could do as the number 3, or maybe I can do it as backspace or number. Numpad 5, or for me, I'm just going to hit Control Alt B. That's going to be how I'm going to transition, and then maybe I can assign that as a hotkey somewhere else if I wanted to, or just leave it as is. So I'm going to leave it as Control Alt B, hit apply. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. I'm liking what all this is doing. Close. And now when I hit Control Alt B, you can see it's going to transition between these two. Now, if you have this linked to a Stream Deck and you have the Stream Deck, hit Control Alt B for you, it's going to do this exact same thing. So Control Alt B, and it'll send it right back to where it was. Now, if I don't like this original starting point, I can go ahead and move this. Maybe I'm liking it right there. So Control Alt B, and it goes right back between the two points. And maybe I want it actually down here for today. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, and I hit Control Alt B again. You can see it goes back into full screen just like that. And you got the simple movement, man. Nothing to it. Very, very easy. So now we're going to try something a little bit different here, and we'll go back over to this scene, and we're going to take these, and maybe we're going to try to flip them. You want to go ahead and click on the scene, right click, filters, add a scene, or add a move source. I'm gonna go ahead and make this one called move camera, and then I'm gonna add another one. We're gonna call this move gameplay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and come over here. We're gonna go to the camera, which is gonna move the camera. I'm gonna set it to camera, and I'm gonna come over here to gameplay, and we're gonna set that to gameplay. And now it's looking at the correct target. So the moving camera, what I want it to do is I want it to end up where it is right here, right now. And I also want this one to end up right here where it is. So I'm gonna also hit get transform, and it's gonna lock in the coordinates of where these are. Now what I wanna do is I wanna move these where I actually wanna have them end up. So I'm gonna move both of them over, and just like that, that's looking pretty good. So what I can do is I can scroll down here. We're gonna have a move at 300 milliseconds. I'm not gonna change any of these settings. We're gonna move on a hotkey. I'm gonna hit down here. I'm gonna go ahead and click on reverse, and over here, I'm gonna scroll down and we're going to hit reverse. And again, we're gonna select hotkey, scroll down, hit hotkey. And when I hit start, you can see that one moves over and it goes back and forth, back and forth. And same with this one over here, back and forth, back and forth. Now what I wanna do is I wanna go into my settings and we're gonna go find this again. So we are in a new scene. So I'm gonna go to hotkeys. I'm gonna scroll down to our standby scene, which is where we are now. And we have the move camera and the move gameplay. I'm gonna make both of these the exact same keybind by hitting Control Alt V, and then hit this one as also Control Alt V. And what that's gonna do, when I hit Control Alt V, it's gonna take both sources and move them, and it's gonna swap. So I'm gonna hit apply, hit OK. And now when I hit Control Alt V, you're gonna see those two things swap. And if I hit it again, they're gonna move back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I could fine tune this and make them perfectly lined up wherever they are, but you know, for like, I just wanted to keep this something simple, and you guys can kind of see the benefits of what this can do. So if you ever wanted to flip things around or move things on your screen, this is the way to do it. And so just as a little demonstration purpose here, I'm gonna go ahead and take the camera and we're gonna apply a little bit of a curve to it. We're gonna make this a negative curve. We're gonna do maybe negative 120. I'll come over to my gameplay and I'll make that positive maybe 120. Let's take a look at what it does. Control Alt V. And you can see it turns it. So it's doing a little something wacky, which could be kind of cool. So again, it's rotating around the center point of where they're moving from. So if this is moving to here, then it's going to take that line and it's going to draw a line either positive or negative and then rotate around that line. So that's kind of what's happening here. The next step I want to show you guys is that this also applies to transitioning between different scenes. Now what's cool about this is if I have a source and I have it somewhere else in another scene, such as the full camera scene. Now we have our pink camera and we also have the pink camera in here. What I can have it do is I can have it transition between here and here, but through motion rather than a fade using the transition move. So what I want to do is come down here on the bottom right, add. I'm going to go ahead and add move. And we're going to leave it called move. That's going to be the transition move. Let's actually call it move transition. And now we have it as move transition. Our transition is ready to go. Now let me slide this on over here. Now, if you are confused by anything inside of this menu, don't be too confused. It looks complicated, but I assure you it's not. And the website actually goes through each one of the little pieces of settings and tells you exactly what they do. So it's not too complicated. So back in here, now that we've added the source, now when I switch between these two scenes, watch what happens to the pink camera when I go back to standby. You can see it kind of morphs into camera, but through motion rather than apply, hit OK. And now when I hit Control Alt V, you're going to see those two things swap. And if I hit kind of again, and we're going to go find this the exact same keybind, and it's going to swap. I could fine tune this and make them perfectly lined up wherever they are, but you know, for like, I just wanted to keep this something simple, and you guys can kind of see the benefits of what this can do. So if you ever wanted to flip things around or maybe move, let's actually call it move transition. And now we have it as move transition. Our transition is ready to go. Now let me slide this on over here. Now, if you are confused by anything inside of this menu, don't be too confused. It looks complicated, but I assure you it's not. And the website actually goes through each one of the little pieces of settings and tells you back to standby. Seconds, 3000 milliseconds to transition between standby and full cam. So if we go back, blue ended up being by. You can see exactly what's happening. It's moving it to that position. Now, because I have my camera under position between standby and full cam. So if we go back to standby, you can see exactly what's happening. It's moving it to that position. Now, because I have my camera underneath this source right here, that's why this blue ended up being on top. So if I move my camera to the very top, now when I transition, it will be on top of the blue. And you can see exactly what's happening. I transition back. So I'm going to go ahead and add a different. You can see exactly what's happening. It's moving it to that position. Now, because I have my camera underneath this source right here, that's why this blue ended up being on top. So if I move my camera to the very top, so we're going to take a look at this, or you can go back to what it was, which was something like quadratic. And if I go ahead and transition between the scenes again, you can see how it moves. and it finally settles in. So pretty cool. Or you can go 2 different scenes. And again, this is all kind of in the website's description on how. That's why there's switch between these 2 scenes. Watch what happens to the pink camera when I go back to standby. You can see it kind of morphs into. What I want to do is come down here on the bottom right, add. I'm going to go ahead and add move. Slide this on over here. Now, if you tells you exactly what to buy. In milliseconds to transition between standby and full cam. So if we go back to standby, you can see exactly what's happening. It's moving it to that position. Now, because I have my camera underneath this source right here,